This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports Chaco. We're here with the G train. Graham McCormack just moved to 7-1 and back down on ways in Belfast. How's that for you tonight, Graham?
Yeah, good man, good. Tough work on, man. Very, very tough rounds. With a good, durable, experienced opponent that a lot better than I gave him credit for, and made me working there, man. You know.
We're sort of Seamus Devlin. He's sort of nearly seems to be a new sort of wave of journeyman, but he's a good, solid journeyman. I think he's fought, the last 6 weeks in a row, and it could tell, I guess. He keeps you honest and keeps you working, and I guess it got slipped out during the week. Obviously, your next fight's been announced, but I guess it was good. A good 4 rounds to get in there and obviously prepare you for your fight in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, it was like a mid-camp fight, you know, which was great just because obviously coming off a loss, we were like, you know, this opportunity was here and Mark Dunlap put us on the show, and again, thanks to Mark Dunlap for having us on the show, but we were like, yeah, let's take that fight. And then when we were in camp for this fight, my manager Ian came on and said, look, we're after getting off for a big fight, a very winnable fight. So I said, yeah, let's go for that as well. So this was really good preparation for that fight that's coming up in 3 weeks, you know. So it's great, man, you know, it's great.
It's probably the first time sort of you've been a pro. I know obviously you're in activity and things like that as well, but the first time you sort of been having one fight with another fight ready to go, has it sort of been strange in a way, at the fact that it's keeping the focus on tonight and getting that out of the road before worrying about John folks?
Yeah. But you know what, I want to give a big shout out to my manager Ian Gachran, man, because he's kept me busy. You know, I'm not even winning signed in a year. I already have my 4th fight now. It'll be my 2nd title fight, headline on TV and fights on again. So like, you know, I have a good manager that's getting me the fights I want and sticking to what he said he'd do. So I'm grateful for that. And like you said, yeah, it was hard to stay focused on this fight tonight because I had slipped out during the week that the title fight was coming up and everyone was asking about it. And I was trying my best. I think he even said it too. I'm trying my best to just stay focused on Saturday because, like I just said to you for an interview, these journeyman fights are tougher than people think. And if you lose these fights, for me, where do I go? I'm 35 years of age. What do I do if I lose journeyman? So these fights, pressure-wise, like, I felt a lot of pressure coming in here tonight. I actually did, like, you know, so it's like, I had to get through tonight, win well, no cuts, no injuries, and now we can push on, you know. So, like, I'm looking forward to pushing on, and I'm grateful I got to win tonight.
And obviously, where you sort of touch on, obviously Dominic Donegan obviously fought here not so long ago, and he obviously got beat. So I guess sort of in some ways you can never discredit a journeyman too much, because that's the last thing you wanted. You got to be here tonight, your career was over.
I have no disrespect to anyone that loses a journeyman. People don't realise, like, they look at the records and like, people don't realise how tough it is in there against some journeyman. They come to win. You know, that night downfall, like, the guy came to win, you know what I mean? And they take you by surprise, you know? Even there, like, I was a bit surprised for some, because he was throwing that jab, you know, and I was like, alright, kind of making me think, right, in your head you're like, I'm just going to walk through this guy, but you're not walking through him because he's throwing shots back. And I suppose outside looking in, when you look at these guys' records, you're like, nah, these guys will walk through him, but it's when you're in there, these guys are having a go, like, you know what I mean? So you know, it happens, and me personally, and this is no respect to any of that German, if I had lost tonight, like, that was it, I was done, like, you know what I mean? So, like, you know, I got to go win and win every round, and now we kick on, and now we pick on to the big fights. And I said it to you before, like, you know, I love the big fights, man. You know what I mean? I want to challenge myself. My life has been a challenge. My whole life I've been challenging myself, whether I want it or not. So, like, you know, I prefer the challenges more than the non-challenges. You know what I'm saying? I prefer going in as the underdog, like, you know. And
obviously it's a jump back up. I think it's what, 8 or 10 rounds. 10 rounds. Obviously your last fight against Paul Keane, you obviously come up short. It was given you'd lost every round, but is it sort of now that the John Folks fight will see that the improvement you made from your defeat to Paul Keane?
100%, 100%. Like, I still feel my best performance was against Paul Keane, even though I lost. You know, obviously the rounds were wrong. I think I lost. I gave it 5 straight to him. You know, like I said too early on, or anyone, like, I didn't got robbed. No, so great. The better boxer won on the night. I should have started earlier, but I won't make the same mistakes in 3 weeks' time. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to my opponent tonight, but tonight was just about me getting the win and getting the workout and getting the feeling of a fight again after the loss. I'm fully focused on John Folks, and I will be 100% ready to go in 3 weeks' time, you know, and it will be an aggressive performance from me.
And obviously, just finally, then, obviously touching on obviously your support to come up from Limerick, you know, a 4 or 5 hour trip, and I guess it's as usual. If anybody knows you or any of the rest of the clan in Limerick, you're loud. They made plenty of noise in there for you tonight.
Well, hello, I want to say thanks to everyone that come up. Thanks to all the support. Thanks to all my support to come up, my friends, everyone that texted me, my sponsors, everybody. I also want to say that fight was dedicated to my brother-in-law. The teacher doesn't have me now, but my brother passed away a couple of weeks ago, my sister's husband. Just want to say that was dedicated to him. And thanks to everybody, my manager, Mark Dunlap, my team, my sponsors, my supporters, everybody. It wouldn't be possible without them, you know what I mean? And thanks to Limerick City, and let's kick on to the title fight.
Definitely. I'm sure we'll not get another chat with you now. We'll leave you a couple of weeks and let you get your next fight of the way. But obviously, we'll wish you all the very best for 3 weeks' time. Obviously, headlining Fight Zone, and I'm sure we'll catch up again afterwards.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course. And I'm going to win that title in 3 weeks. I'm fully confident. We've had a look at him, and we think we have the beatings of him. So these are the fights I want, and let's fucking kick on. Let's continue to challenge myself, and let's see where we end up. You know what I mean?
Well, thanks very much for your time, Graham. Cheers. Take care.